This world can't stop the sun from shining whenever you are.
Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks for joining me for the Sagittarius October horoscopes. Well, October is a bit of a sort of a different month, let's say. We have some big events happening. Together they're big, individually they're quite usual. So we have 4 planets turning direct. Okay, it's unusual to have so many turn direct in such a short time, but it is usual that planets turn retrograde or direct. Okay, that's quite a normal thing. So 4 in the 1 month is quite a big thing. The other thing we have is a minor grand trine at the beginning of the month for most of the star signs. So I will talk more about that when we get to the horoscope. But firstly, I'll choose 2 tarot cards as theme cards for the month for you. We'll see what comes out in the cards. I'll have a look at your horoscope in depth, including the minor grand trine. And also I'll do a psychic channeling at the end, so do stick around for that. If you're new, subscribe and be alive. Okay, let's go to the board now. Here's your horoscope, we'll come to in a moment. But firstly, these 2 cards I was talking about, let's see where they go. I'm going to go for that one, sticking its head out there. Dogs, loyalty, affection. I see multiple dogs here. So these could be like your friends. These could be people that are helping you and supporting you, and could be actual dogs as well. Just now what I'm seeing is the conveyor belt for the newspapers, and I see a picture of the US flag on the front of the paper. Okay, so this is for Americans. So what's happening? Wow, so many chains and limitations and restrictions here. Some of them are going to be broken. Now, here's the thing. Here's a weird thing. Sometimes it takes limitations to break other limitations. By limiting something, then you have a freedom somewhere else. So it's all about getting the balance of limitation and freedom, okay? We might put on some limitations so that we can get some freedoms in another area of life. But what I'm actually seeing is chains being broken. Chains are being put, there's a person in front of me, chains are being put onto them. And as I see those chains being put on, other chains are being taken off. Something about a straight jacket. This changing of limitations and freedoms could be really messing with some people's heads, okay? They're not holding it together. Change is hard to cope with, you know, and whatever you think something's going to be, it's going to change. We're in a highly transformative time at the moment with lots of change, okay? So the best way to deal with it is with your attitude and your own thoughts and your own beliefs. If you find yourself getting upset or angry or fearful about something, look at those feelings, okay? I'm a spiritualist, let's face it, but I'm not one for pushing down feelings. I see it a lot in groups on Facebook, for example, talking about fear as if fear is this terrible thing that is unnatural. It is a natural thing. It's trying to protect you. So make friends with your fears. You don't want to amplify them, of course. There's no benefit in amplifying fears and letting fears run your life. At the same time, there's no benefit in denying your fears and stuffing them down into your body and pretending that they don't exist. They do exist, they're real, and they're trying to give you a message. So get the message from your feelings. The card that comes up is the Knight of Cups. This is very appropriate. This is a young person who is experimenting, exploring. He's very sort of adventurous, and he's exploring his feelings, and that's exactly what I'm asking you to do. If you're angry about something, or you're upset or distressed or worried, look at the reason why you're worried or you're anxious or you're angry, whatever it is. You might have very good reasons for those feelings, and feelings are probably the quickest way to get you in touch with your spirit, rather than trying to use your head to get in touch with your spirit. Feelings are far superior to get you closer to spirit. Okay, he's on a lobster in the ocean. It's all about the subconscious, okay? So he's prepared to ride the wave of feelings, or ride whatever feelings come up from his subconscious, okay? But he also wants to go out and have a fun time as well. It's not all sort of dark and negative. He's socialising, he's having a good time, and he's exploring what's going on, okay? That's a fabulous card. Okay, let's have a look. You may have a sun like that. Sometimes it indicates a masculine energy in their early 20s, and you might learn something from that person. Okay, let's have a look now at the second card. Let's go with that one. Close my eyes now. What do I see? Pearls, pearls of wisdom. Somebody may come to you for advice, or something you may say may be particularly wise. Okay, doors opening up in front of me, doors to the past, present and future, and the wheels are turning, so nothing stays the same. Onward time marches, and so does our evolution. This is also fabulous. It's about your feelings, okay? There may have been a situation recently that was quite uncomfortable, and now you're moving away from it. It's time to let go of those people in your life who are not helpful to your evolution. Although it's nighttime here, it's been the dark of the moon, the new moon. This indicates new beginnings in your life, and you're moving towards them. Green is all about growth and opportunity. And as I said before, cups is about your emotions. So moving forward with your emotions to a place of equilibrium, okay? 8 of Cups. All right, so that's your 2 cards. Now, let's have a look at your horoscope in depth. Bear them in mind. Remember them because they often come up in the horoscope. Okay, first thing I want to talk about is this minor grand trine here, here, and here. So we have Venus in Scorpio in your subconscious. This can indicate beautiful messages coming up from your spirit if you're willing to pay attention. It's quite a spiritual month this month because we have a lot of activity here in your subconscious. Venus in Scorpio in the 12th house sometimes indicates that you're attracted to somebody who is unavailable, okay? Don't forget that if you're in that situation, because the attraction will be super intense and super strong here in Scorpio. And there'll be a lot of, feelings of love and sexuality and all sorts of delicious feelings. But it's in the 12th. The 12th is in your subconscious. It's not in the outer world, okay? So if you're with somebody, just bear that in mind. It's not in the outer world. It's a connection, a spiritual connection. And this is right at the start of the month, and then Venus moves into your sign. So that puts a whole different complexion on things, because that's all about you and your identity, okay, not the other person. We also have Pluto and Capricorn as part of this minor sextile. A minor grand trine is all about creativity and intelligence. That's what you're being called to do, to deal with any potential situations with romance, with discretion and intelligence, and to use your creativity to work with it. Pluto is life, death, rebirth. So there could be this could be a rebirth of a previous situation, like a pattern that comes up again for clearing. We have Neptune here in Pisces in your home and family, okay? This is usually like your direct family. In this case, I'm feeling like there's some sort of connection with your father. And perhaps if you're in a romantic situation, look at the ways that your partner is like your father, okay? Neptune's a beautiful spiritual influence, but sometimes brings delusion and confusion as well. In Pisces, it's likely to be particularly emotional and, quite intense. This is fairly intense, okay? But it's very positive because it's going to bring you into awareness. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to talk about. Now, let's have a look at your horoscope in depth. 6th of October, the new moon here in your house of friends, connections, and hopes and dreams. Okay, so it's a great time for fellowship and community with like-minded people at the moment. You may want to deepen the closeness you feel with other people, and cultural events or participating in group efforts is also satisfying. 6th of October to the 5th of November, Venus then moves into your first house here, and then this minor grand trine doesn't exist because it's here, and what you'll find is that your desire for beauty and peace and gracious surroundings is stronger than ever. Okay, you may want to avoid unpleasantness. Well, that's okay. At this time, pleasure and affection are more important to you, but don't speak or act in haste because, problems can ensue later on. That's with, when I'm saying that, that's regarding Mercury conjuncting Mars from the 13th of October to the 22nd of October. Acting in haste can be a function of Mars, Mercury conjuncting Mars. That can cause you to act quickly without thinking about it too much. But you might come to a clear decision when Venus moves into here. Your head is going to be functioning much better, and you might come to a clear decision about something, okay? You mightn't be feeling very conciliatory, but that's okay. 14th of October to the 22nd of October, Mercury opposition Chiron. Could indicate sort of minor worries and irritations. The thing there is to be quite balanced in your thinking and not to focus on little irritations. They're pesky things like flies that sort of buzz around in your mind. You may become aware of past mistakes and, be reviewing how you could have dealt with the situation in a better way. That's quite a common thing with Mercury, especially given that Mercury is retrograde until the 18th, plus a few days after that for the shadow period. So you'll find situations from the past coming back. If an old lover does come back or an ex comes back, just remember why they're an ex, okay? Because that is quite common. Or you might even hear news, of school friends or reunions, that sort of thing. 20th of October, Mars conjuncts Mercury. I already talked about that. So that's the date of that is actually 13th to the 20th. Okay. 13th to the 22nd. Sorry, I'll get that right. All my notes are so bad I can't even read them. 20th of October to the 23rd of October, Mars squares Pluto. This gives you a lot of desire for personal power and control. Okay. Do watch for domineering type behavior either in yourself or other people. If this is a month where you're really focusing on your freedoms and limitations, and remember you get more of what you focus on. So try to walk the middle path, and your freedom is important, and so is the freedom of other people. The other thing is, don't push yourself too hard because you're likely to do that. 21st of October to the 21st of November, Sun is in your 12th house here, bringing you insight and awareness as to what's going on in your subconscious. So it's really a month where instead of focusing on what's going on in the outside world that's irritating you, look what's going on inside yourself, okay? Retreat from confrontation. And if you can help other people out, it would be a good time to do that. 18th of October to the 17th of February 2022, Chiron trines the moon. This is fabulous because it brings a whole new awareness to you regarding your emotions and feelings. You might You might actually start to understand them, and it'll give you great sensitivity and compassion as well for the situation that other people find themselves in. You know, something might be really clear to you about what to do, and you don't understand why other people don't see it. And with this influence, you'll start to understand, you know, their fears, why they feel the way they do, okay? You also have a greater ability to help other people. So if you're in the helping professions or perhaps the metaphysical professions, this will really help you with your work. Chiron is opposition the sun at this time. And so you might find like an old scar or an emotional wound that comes up, and with it, you know, you'll suffer a little bit from remembering what happened in the past. It's like an old scar that hurts under certain weather conditions or something like that. So it's time to readjust your behaviour patterns, basically, and where you can help other people, because this is going to really deepen your spirituality and deepen your awareness. The 20th of October sees a full moon in your 6th house here, so transformation around your everyday work, your habits, maybe your health or well-being. Uranus is here too, so the two of those together, they might bring something unpredictable or unexpected. It could be, you know, positive or negative. Uranus can be like a bolt in the blue. Sometimes it's something fantastic that you're really happy with, and sometimes not. It's like the Tower card, bringing your constructs, you know, in your mind, what you thought was real, you realise is just a house built on sand, not on rock, and so it all comes tumbling down. So there's some sort of transformation in your everyday work, health, or well-being. Do be particularly careful with you know, unknown situations. So don't put yourself in places that you're not familiar with. It's best to stay close to home. It's not a great time for travelling at this time. Stay, you know, close to home and follow your normal routine. Okay, so that's your horoscope, gorgeous Sagittarius. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to close my eyes and just see what I can see for Sagittarius in October 2021. Oh, they want to give you the gold medal. There's a red, white and blue ribbon here, so that could relate to any of the countries that have red, white and blue, the US, Australia, New Zealand, the UK, to name. There might be others. I'm really not up with all the flags of the world. But yes, if you have a country that has red, white and blue, this means you. But they want to give you a gold medal because it's something to do with all of your experiences and what you've been through. And they're just recognising, I'm seeing all sorts of different medals now, they're just recognising how you got to be the person you are, you know, so they want to congratulate you on that. I'm seeing all sorts of medals and accolades in spirit for you. There is something about to blow up. I do see an explosion. So this indicates a huge amount of energy coming up. It's coming from the Earth Star chakra underneath your feet. And there's this great big huge blow up of energy that comes up through your body. It is a clean out or a clear out. Sometimes you might feel a bit disturbed or confronted when this happens. I've experienced this myself many times. And what they want to do is just clear out all the chakras and join up all of the chakras, okay? So at the moment, they're like power switches and they exist independently of each other. So sometimes you can get a battle or a conflict between chakras, and then as they sort of integrate, then they become like a great rainbow of energy flowing through you, okay? And that's what the whole of humanity is going through at the moment. These new chakras are forming also in the body. So they're sort of like between the pre-existing chakras. And this forms this rainbow bridge, if you like. So you're well on your way to that, Savvy Sagittarius. That's happening for you this month. Okay, and again, the same theme about limitations versus freedom. I see more things being opened up here, and this great explosion of energy that's coming up through your chakras, that's what it's doing. It's opening up your chakras. Okay, anything else? And again, the pearls of wisdom. There's just more confirmations of the things I've already said, basically. Okay, pearls of wisdom. They might be encouraging you, search your soul for this, they might be encouraging you to speak out and say what you believe to be true. Of course, truth is something that we say in the moment, and when we're connected to that truth. As time goes on, sometimes more information is added to that. And then we find that we didn't have the full picture initially, but as time goes on, we see more and more. That's how life works. Okay, so that's it, Savvy Sagittarius. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do hope this is useful for you. Leave a like or a comment and share on your socials. That'd be fabulous. And if you're new, subscribe and hit that notification bell right now. Have a wonderful month, everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.